Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Finally, I have here my November bullet journal spreads. I realized that we're almost a third of the way through November at this point, but I had some things going on and I wasn't able to get them done until a weekend already. So they're finally here though. If you couldn't already tell, the theme this month is art stuff or painting more specifically. I was inspired by two different things that I saw on Pinterest, and then I just expanded upon that and made some of my own spreads, which I feel like I haven't done for a while. Maybe that's inaccurate of me to say, but sometimes I kind of just follow along with what other people have done, but this time I really did create some of my own spreads. For example, this one here on the left is a home improvement brain dump kind of spread. I live in a very old house, so there's a lot of things that need updating or things that my boyfriend and I chose that we were going to update, and some of those things you'll see the list at the end of the video. You can pause if you really want to. Some of the things are just like painting, and we put new floors in, all that good kind of stuff like that. So I just decided, why not make a whole list of all the things that I want to do or think that we should do, and then slowly but surely I'll check them off, because this week that I have a break right now, we're doing a lot of those home improvement things. Now, as we go through the weekly spreads, these first two here are ones that I came up with all by myself, and then the third one was one of the ones that I was inspired by. I loved it so much. I think it's probably my favorite spread just because I loved the way that it turned out. Very easy to do and follow along with based on the picture that I saw on Pinterest, so that was good. And then my final spread isn't exactly a design one. It's just a layout that I've reused and then just kind of made it a little arty. So I also had a really hard time deciding on a theme for this month, which is part of the reason why it took so long, but mostly I was just overwhelmed with work, and then my cat went missing and we had to find him, and then I got my flu shots and I got really sick, so that was a whole other thing. But anyways, things are okay now. You can see my cat kind of poke in the back of this video here. He was lonely outside my art room. I don't generally let my cats in my art room, but I let him in, and then he got on the desk and I was like, this is why you're not allowed in here. So that was the end of that. I chose a pretty limited color palette with just orange and blues and a gray in it. And that was because otherwise this spread would have been rainbow, and I think I would have disliked it if it was rainbow. And I actually really like this color palette, so I'm glad I went with it instead of willy-nilly picking colors. Two of these colors are from a new mild liner set that I got called, I think, what is it called? Hold on, let me open my drawer here. It is the Cool and Refined set. So it has very neutral colors. Well, they're not really super neutral, but they're cool toned colors, which is nice. And as you can see, I'm just alternating those colors around through here, and there's pretty much just paint splatters on every single page. These are super easy to draw. You can even just Google cartoon paint splatter and then just kind of wing it. It's really just a lumpy blob, and then there's a few other little blobs coming off of it to make it look like the paint was either flung or dropped. I have that theme throughout, because what better way to show paint than literal paint splatters. And then my home improvement one, I did choose to use the same limited color palette. Obviously I brought in this brown because there's a lot of wood, and then I do add a second brown for the paint palette for the week 2 spread, but that was just because I didn't want to use the same brown as on the paintbrush because they're touching each other. So yeah, this was a pretty easy set of spreads to do. It did take me longer than I thought it was going to. Like, all of a sudden it was 4 o'clock in the morning and I was like, it's definitely time for bed now. Don't know how it got that late, because it didn't feel like it was taking that long. I was watching Total Drama Island. If you are Canadian, let me know if you remember that show from way back in the day. and I guess I just kind of lost track of time, but I'm really, really happy with the way that these turned out. I think that they're so awesome, and I'm glad that I was kind of able to make artception. Art within art. Kind of funny. I don't know how much more I can say about this piece. These bullet journal spreads. What am I even talking about? I'm so confused. Other than I would love to see any recreations, and of course I will link the Pinterest posts that I was inspired by down in the description below, as always. And because it was so late in the month, you will see that some of my trackers and whatnot are already kind of filled out. So that's a little bit of a first. Instead of waiting to that end of the year flip through, here is the final flip through for this month, and you get to see it kind of filled out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like these spreads. I love them. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Mondays and sometimes Wednesdays, like in this case. I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you all in the next video.